Hi, this is Aaron of aaronjmarks.com, visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. So this post is called The Advice I Would Give to My Kids If They Asked Today. And I don't know what I was like, I was thinking about this the other day, where it's like, oh, if my kids asked me like for the most essential distilled life advice that I could give them, this is, after 42 years of living my own life, things maybe that I wish I had heard more clearly, more directly when I was closer to their age, at least. Because nothing's irreversible. Like you can always take steps to turn your life around and improve it. Um, I would focus on three things, ultimately. Like I think going after what you want, it comes down to three things. The first one is to focus on what you want. The second is to focus on what you want. And the third is to make space time for what you want. So it's all about what you want, right? So the first one is to focus on what you want. So that means figure out what you want, because if you don't quite know what you want, then you're certainly not going to get what you want. You're going to get a lot of what you don't want. You're going to end up doing something someone else wants. And we all have to do that on a certain level, but it's like, if you don't take the time, if you don't, if you're constantly dwelling in what you don't want and not getting clear on what you do want, frustration is not enough. Frustration, does point to a misalignment with the ideal, but it's the aspiration that shows you how to take steps towards your ideal. That's what you have to get clear on first. And then once you know what you want, you focus on what you want, right? You say, okay, well, what would it look like to order my life in that direction? Because you can bet, if you haven't done this before, or if you haven't gotten clear on it, your life is going to look much different. You're gonna end up taking a much different set of activities or different set of actions. And then finally, make space time for what you want. And I say space time very deliberately. We have to build space into our lives around these actions to get what we want. And way back in the beginning, in what I call the realm of motion, when the universe started, it started expanding in multiple dimensions, and we call this space-time. There's 3 dimensions of space, the 4th dimension of time. We have to make space, we have to make time within all those dimensions, right? So we have to order our physical space effectively so that, we get focused and don't get distracted. And then we have to order our time, manage our time correctly, right? So those are the 3 things, like the 3 pieces of advice. They're all ultimately pointing in the same direction. To have the life you want, focus on what you want, then focus on what you want, and then make space time for what you want, and the rest will take care of itself. I'll see you next time.